Hello, my friends. Happy Tuesday. Happy Positive Affirmations Tuesday. Uh, Today, we're still talking about January. Here we are in a new year, our new year of positivity and uh, inspiration, wisdom, and courage, just like the front of my new book says. And I love it, and you're going to love it too. We're going to do some readings out of it, as well as our Simple Abundance book. Um, Today we're going to talk about joyful simplicities for January. Look, uh, January, we're all coming off of the holidays, right? They might have been a whirlwind. They might have been stressful financially. They might have been stressful in terms of um, getting people together. Uh, Hold on, I see some of my friends here, and that reminds me, for anybody watching this as a video replay later, it originally aired as a live stream with interactive live chat. So you will hear me from time to time interact with people and read back comments and chat that maybe you necessarily couldn't see, but I can. So let me say hello. Hello, Sharon. How are you? Happy New Year. Hi, Mary Lou. Hi, Natalie. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I hope you are doing well. And Sharon, you had um, some interesting posts on Facebook. Hi, Michaela. Oh, when Michaela gives her own disclaimer, she says, "This tour is not my cup of tea, but I want to say Happy New Year." Well, thank you for stopping in and saying Happy New Year. Michaela, I do know something that is kind of your cup of tea, and that's my true crime live streams. And I do have another one coming out next month, Michaela, that you might like, about the Menendez brothers, Lyle and Eric Menendez. But enough of that. Thank you for stopping in, Michaela, and Happy New Year to you. Um, as I was saying, Sharon, you have some interesting, you had a couple of really interesting posts on Facebook. Hello, Susan. How are you? Happy New Year. Welcome. Uh, and Sharon, it's some kind of um, a class or a class you're taking or group you've joined, and it looks very creative and very inspirational. So maybe you can tell us about that in a little bit. Uh, so getting back, Michaela says, "I love crime. See you next month." Well, I love to see you in those streams, Michaela, and it was lovely to see you here. Happy New Year. Um, so, Sharon, if you feel like it, you can share a little bit about that. There's Sharon shared in the chat. Yes, it's an art journaling class. Well, it looks fantastic. Um, it really does. I love that kind of stuff, and I love it for you. Bye, Michaela. We will have a great time. We will. Bye, Michaela. Um, so, as I was saying, today we're talking about joyful simplicities for January. You know, the holidays are over, the tree is down. I miss it still. The lights are down. Those all those things that make me feel warm and cozy inside. Um, they're down. My friends have come and stayed, and friends have gone, and so we're settling back into life, right? Into just our regular day-to-day lives. But uh, January is still a really exciting month, and it's still where I live. I know I have friends all over the world. For some of my friends, oddly enough, my winter is their summer, which can throw me off sometimes. But uh, here in California, I mean, last night it got down to 46 degrees, by like 8 or 9 o'clock. And I was texting with Lynn in Australia, and she's like, "Oh, yeah, that is chilly." And I said, "Well, you remember when you were here, it's still really chilly here in California, and I love it. I love the cool and the crisp days, but it's beautiful, as you can see. My home is lit up with the sunshine, and so it's just really nice. I have a huge backyard. I was out mowing that yesterday and the day before because it's quite a task. I love those things. But let's talk about some of the joyful simplicities for January. And Sarah Ben Brecknock, in her book Simple Abundance, a day book of comfort and joy, has really done a lovely job for every month of the year. Kind of note, she's done a really good job about making notes of things that we should take note of in our daily life. So up to you. I kind of always suggest that maybe you have a pen or piece of paper laying around when you come to this. Up to you. But there may be some lovely things that you want to take note of in this. So let's start. Joyful simplicities for January. Write out aspirations of your heart as you begin the simple abundance path. Serve a traditional, now this is probably just traditional for Americans, and you can do it anytime you want, not just on New Year's Day. Serve a New Year's Day dinner of Hoppin' John, black-eyed peas for luck, rice for health, collard greens for prosperity, baked ham and cornbread for delicious eating. Sarah says, I make a scrumptious winter salad of cooked black-eyed peas, diced green and red peppers, and red onion dressed in a French vinaigrette, which is served at room temperature. That sounds really good. Go through your personal papers at home. I gotta do that. And organize your desk to get a fresh start on the new year. Discard as much as you can. Hang your new calendars. Try to make your personal space at home where you do paperwork as inviting as possible. Visit a good stationery store or a very large bookstore and search for a beautiful blank book to use as your gratitude journal. At the stationery store, you might also want to look at different colored inks and pens. I can't get enough pens. I can never have enough pens in my life, and I make them. So that's kind of silly, isn't it? But I still can't have enough. Visit an art supply shop and simply look around. Take in all the different ways that you can begin to express yourself in vivid color, on paper, canvas, in clay. Sound like fun? While you're there, pick up a couple of black-bound artist sketchbooks to use for the illustrated discovery journal you're going to create. Yes, we are going to create an illustrated discovery journal. If I don't die first here. And it is fabulous. I've done one before. It is fantastic. You guys are going to love it, love it, love it. We'll talk about that later. We're going to do that for one of our creative days, okay? Uh, Sarah says her favorite size is 8.5 by 11, okay? Hold on a second. Susan says, yes, love stationery. Samesies, Susan. As a matter of fact, some of my favorite stores to go into are like, well, this might not be the same as a stationery store, but like Office Depot, Staples. I love the office supply aisle at any store. I get so excited by the pens and the Post-its and the paper and the envelopes and the file folders and love it. Next one, put up some acrylic magnet picture frames. Those are really super cute, actually, to create a gratitude collage for your refrigerator. Place in it photographs of those you love and are grateful for, such as family, friends, and pets. Um, Also place in it reminders of the little things you're grateful for, like the car repair bill that was less than you had feared. If there's something that you particularly want to come into your life, place a picture of it here and give thanks for it ahead of time. That's a really good idea. Um, I I actually love that. I well, I do really believe and have practiced creative visualization before. It's a wonderful tool. Um, I do want us to do a vision board um, sometime this year on one of our creative, crafty affirmation days. Um, but I love the idea of not just asking the universe for what it is that I want, but for also actively participating in creating a path in which it can come into my life. And one of the great ways to do that is to visualize it already in your life or to visualize you living your life with it, whatever it is. And it doesn't have to be a tangible item, okay? It can be peace. It can be living with more gratitude. It can be um, seeing yourself live in a way where you manifest positivity every day and you do what you can to spread that to other people. Um, can be any of those things. But I love the idea of actually creating something visual. Now, I do it mentally most of the time. But I love that idea of having one of those little magnetic picture frames. You can get them at the dollar store, at least where I live, and putting it on your fridge where you can see it and putting a picture of whatever it is. Now, maybe it is a new car. Great. Ask the universe for it. Put it right there. Put it on your refrigerator. Maybe before you know it, it'll be parked in your driveway. Stranger things have happened, my friends. But I also love the idea of putting in that picture frame a word that you might want in your life. Gratitude, like I said, peace, positivity, prosperity. Okay, that's a great idea. I like that. Next one, prepare for winter's idol. Stock the pantry with real cocoa, tiny marshmallows, and a good bar of chocolate for a shaved chocolate topping. Get some whipped cream and keep it in the refrigerator. When snow comes and school is canceled, stay home with the kids. Lounge about in your pajamas. My favorite. If you have a fireplace, have a fire all day. Build a snowman together. Go sledding. Then have tomato soup in mugs and toasted or grilled cheese sandwiches, I call them, for lunch. Take a nap. Luxuriate in an unexpected day off. Pay a visit to a great junk store. If you don't know one, start looking. Every woman, I don't just say woman, women, every person needs a great junk store in their repertoire. I love going to thrift stores. Love, 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 love it. I like thrift stores. I love office supply stores, stationery stores, bookstores, fabric stores. Love them. And I think because all of them represent possibility. Next one, bake a pan of dense, dark, moist gingerbread for after school tea with the children or for dessert. Read Laurie Colwin's delightful More Home Cooking. A writer returns to the kitchen for the ultimate gingerbread recipe. Next one, and I like this one. I've done this before. Visit the local library and read some new magazines you don't normally subscribe to. I do this once a month. It's fun and frugal. So I used to go to the library a lot, like every other week, maybe, and I would walk there. I'd take my dog. I had a very well behaved dog at that time, not those two hooligans. And her name was Molly, and I could take her in places, and she was just as docile and sweet and gorgeous and cute and loving, and didn't bother anybody as she could be. Okay, and we'd sit in the library for hours, and I'd go through their magazines. I'd go through the books and grab a stack of them and take them back and peruse them and see if it's something I really wanted to read or put down on a list. I'd get DVDs. You could check out DVDs at that time. There were still DVD players, and but also in the entryway of this particular library I went to is where they would put books, because they do have to get rid of books from time to time, and they would put them out there for free or like a dime or a donation, maybe a quarter at most, and it'd be all kinds of different books, but magazines too. And I would go and just grab stacks of the Martha Stewart Livings and Oprah's magazine, O magazine, and Better Homes and Gardens, Sunset, all those. And listen, magazines are super expensive now. So if you have a library, listen, get out of the house. Go surround yourself with great literature and great magazines. And just take a couple hours. And hey, maybe your library gets rid of some of their magazines too. I'm going to be making a trip to the library soon so I can see if this library near my new home does that as well, because we are going to need some magazines for when we do our illustrated discovery journals. Okay. Next one. Force some spring bulbs to blossom. Miniature daffodils, paper whites, hyacinths, and tulips to brighten your spirits and home with color and fragrance midwinter. Visit a local nursery and ask for bulbs specifically bred for this purpose. I went shopping with my neighbor about once a month. We go shopping on Thursdays. And hold on. Hello, Coco. And and then we go out for lunch and cocktails, and we just make kind of an afternoon of it. And I was able to get at my dollar store, I was able to get hi Jemima. Oh, they're getting so heavy. Hello, sweetheart. Hello, sweetheart. I know. Go play with Sissy. Uh, some packets of seeds, and there was like four packets of seeds for like $1. So I was super excited. I got cilantro and a bunch of packets of wildflowers to sprinkle in my backyard and see what those do. And so I got really excited because that's an awesome thing about spring, right? Is we get to start thinking about what we're going to plant in our gardens. And I'm super excited about that this year. And the next one. Browse through gardening catalogs this month. Cut out your favorite flowers and create your ideal garden on paper. Indulge your passion for a rose-covered gazebo in a gardening collage and keep it in your illustrated discovery journal. Pretend you're creating a secret garden for solitary sojourners. What does it look like? What gardening accessories and furniture appeal to you? Add them to your collage. Let your fantasies come to life on paper first. And then the last joyful simplicity that Sarah has for us is send for annual seeds that you can begin planting indoors next month. Now, that was Sarah's list of joyful simplicities, but you can certainly take some from hers and add some that you think she might have forgotten. Okay? Did you like that, Mary Lou? I thought you would. I hope you all enjoyed it. So now we're going to get to our reading out of this book, A Year of Positive Thinking. And I'm going to start with where we left off last week. Last week we left off on January 7th. So I'll read January 8th, 9th, 10th, 11th, 12th, 13th, and then we'll finish with today's. And then I have to get going because I'm having a girls' night, dinner party, bender at my house Friday night. And so I have an order coming. I'm going to be on my cooking stream, on the live stream entertainments, live stream events channel, YouTube channel that I have with Lynn. I'm going to be doing the first out of a Bridgerton series. Oh, Susan has some joyful simplicities. Make soup. Look for snowdrops coming up in the garden. That's wonderful. Susan, I already made, well, one huge pot of soup. I always make homemade turkey noodle out of the leftover turkey, Thanksgiving turkey. And this batch turned out divine because it had rosemary. All of my neighbors, we all have gardens. And my neighbor next door has a huge rosemary bush plant. It's huge. And so it had fresh rosemary in it. And it was delicious. And she has all kinds of citrus trees. And today, as I was getting ready for my, girls' night on Friday, she has a wonderful lemon tree and a lime tree. She has a blood orange tree, mandarin orange tree, regular orange tree. And so I had some lemons left that she had brought me. And so I filled up ice trays with a little bit of fresh lemon juice I squeezed in there, fresh sprigs of mint, and in half of them I put raspberries. So that I have like a little bar set up for us down there. I say down there because there's a space. I kind of call it my little banquet hall, extra room, whatever. It's got a refrigerator and a half bath and all this stuff that's downstairs next to my art studio. And so I've got them, I put them down there. And so we're going to have ice cubes with mint and lemon in our water. And then by the cocktail station, we'll have some with mint, lemon, and raspberries in them. And Mary Lou says she always makes a large pot of turkey soup with lots of veggies. It's the best, right? And I got these wonderful containers at Amazon, off of Amazon. And let's see if I can grab one. And it holds a nice amount of soup. They come with lids. They are so durable. They can go in the microwave. But what I do, fill them up, and I fill them up with my homemade soups, and into the deep freezer they go. And then, of course, I always share some with my neighbors. So my neighbors know when they see me coming. As one of these you can see, it's a decent size. they get pretty happy when they see me come in with those. And Susan says roasted red pepper and tomato soup is my best soup. Oh, that sounds really good too. I think the soups that I tend to make like every year are, of course, the homemade turkey noodle, homemade split pea. I love, love, love split pea. This year I made a huge batch of lentil, and I love that. And my homemade war wonton soup. That's a real favorite with everybody. And of course, it's got the chicken and the stuffed Chinese wontons and pork and shrimp and onions and bok choy and it's so good. I'll have to make it in a cooking stream. But anyways, we're gonna get to the reading, and then like I said, I have a Walmart order coming. I'm gonna be doing at least that sounds good. The war wonton soup is incredible, Natalie. I might have to do a cooking stream with it. But we're going to get to the reading because, like I said, I do have a Walmart order coming because I have stuff to prepare for Friday's girl night dinner with my friends, and also getting ready for, yes, Mary Lou, we absolutely can make that when you visit. And then Thursday, on the live stream events channel that I have with Lynn, I'm doing the first of the Bridgerton series, a recipe. I'm going to make something from Lady Danbury from her section. I don't know if you've seen Bridgerton. I am addicted. I'm always very depressed when I burn through the current season and I have to wait a whole year for the next one. But I'm making Lady Danbury's British sausage rolls. Never done that before. And then I'm going to make a cocktail where I'm actually muddling cherries in it. So I don't know. We'll see. I've never done either of those things. So that's Thursday afternoon. So while our sausage rolls are cooking, we're going to make a Lady Danbury cocktail. Okay, so I have Walmart coming with my groceries for that, and then I have to get down to the sewing machine because, listen, I tried to go down there yesterday to sew some linen napkins for my party. I've been dying for some linen napkins, right? Finally got really cute material that I like. I got down there, then I couldn't find the thread I bought. So I gotta also do that today. Otherwise, things are just gonna pile up. But see my cute, fun material. Now, how happy would you be to sit down and this is your, well, this isn't all your napkin. My friends aren't that messy. But how happy would you be if you sat down and your friend had sewn that napkin? And then I have this material too. I don't know if you can tell, this one's kind of got a little glitter on it. And then this one, which the light is kind of bad right here, but they're really, all the colors are kind of in the same family. Where's my camera? If that makes sense. I know, sure. I've been wanting to do it forever and ever and ever. And I really love having linen napkins. I really do. But trust me, I burn through the paper ones too. But I just thought it's girls' night, and the table is going to be, I have big plain white plates, of course, like everybody does, right? But then I have some like the Pioneer Woman that are like teal, and I have really cute teal cups and little bowls. Let me show you. So what I do is, like when Lynn was here with her husband and her brother came, he drove them here from Sonoma, and he came and he stayed for dinner, and then he stayed the night. I had the table set up, and one place setting was like the white, and the other was the teal, and then the white, and then the teal. And I'm going to show you these really cute cups. Okay. My dogs are like, what are you doing? But see them? Aren't they cute? So won't that be sweet with them, I think? And then, the white place setting. And so it's going to be fun. And I even have salt and pepper shakers and a little butter dish that matches that. So that's great. But that makes me happy. It makes me happy. So I'll be even happier when I get these napkins. So, and then my friends are going to go, ooh, and ah, and I'm going to go, girls, it was nothing. All right, let's get to our readings so that I can get going, because you could tell I'm a busy, busy lady. And I'll let you guys get on with your day. All right, here we go. So we're starting with January 8th because our last reading was January 7th. And remember, I made the executive decision that we weren't just only going to get 4 readings out of this book a month. I was going to get us caught up every week on them because they're not very long readings, but they pack a punch. So January 8th, you are completely responsible for your life. This truth is equal parts empowering and terrifying. It means that you have to consciously let go of blame, misunderstandings, and excuses that don't support you. Though it doesn't justify any wrongdoing that you've experienced, it does give you the power to change what makes you unhappy. By accepting responsibility for where you are right now, regardless of how you got there, you are better positioned to change the way your story plays out. January 9th, you will make mistakes. You will make mistakes because you're human. But how you learn from them is solely up to you. There will be times when you get it wrong, and your ego will feel the sting. But trust that you don't have to know everything or have all the right answers. You will learn what you need to when you need to. To move forward with grace and humility, be open to the opinions of others and to learning from your mistakes. January 10th, believe. And this starts with a partial description of the word believe. 1, accept something as true and feel sure of the truth of. You unconsciously create experiences that match what you believe about yourself and others. So ask yourself these questions often. What do I believe about myself and my life? Is what I believe truly serving who I want to be in the world? Be mindful of what you accept as truth, because you become what you believe, for better or worse. And listen, remember, that is kind of what we're preaching in these positive affirmations. That is what at least I'm trying to ascribe to in my own life, right? Because you become what you believe, for better or worse. So we're trying to become what we believe with positive affirmations and positivity and truth and intention and purpose, joy and self-love. January 11th, spend time in the company of those who can stand up for you when you are unable. Those who believe in you when you are unwilling. Those who honor the magnitude of your greatness, even when you are not quite ready to yourself. They see you for who you are. Trust them, show them love, and honor these relationships. It's really important to let people show up for you the same way that you show up for them. Okay. January 12th, kindness. When someone says something kind about you, choose to believe them. Hey, I had a hard time with that for years. People would give me a compliment and I would immediately go, oh, no, no. They'd say, oh, you're so this or that. And I go, no, not really. That's not cool. That's not cool. It wasn't appreciative of kind words or the compliment or the generosity of spirit that I was being showed. It wasn't even really showing humility. And it certainly wasn't showing any grace or love towards myself in my journey. So I don't stand around and wait for somebody to compliment. I make sure to pat myself on the back because I deserve it. Not all the time, but I spend, most of my life alone here with the dogs. And if I'm not going to love me and appreciate me and be my own cheerleader, who is? And I don't want this place just to become a den of misery and wallowing and inequity and, I want it to be full of joy and fun. I applaud and support other women, and that's not how I was raised. When I was raised, in the 70s and 80s, women really looked at each other as competition. That's not what we are. That is not what our sisterhood is about. And I applaud other women. I encourage other women and men, people in general. But I'm saying as a woman, a lot of us were not raised to tell other women, you're pretty. That dress looks amazing on you. I love those shoes. In the 80s, when I was growing up, if someone said, I love those shoes, where'd you get them? I'd play that stupid game that women play. Oh, I can't remember. Oh, they were a gift. That's crap. I knew exactly where I got them. I just didn't want them to have them. Why? Thousands of pairs of those shoes were made, not just for me to weeble wobble around on them, to try to show that, no pun intended, I had a leg up or a foot up on somebody. That's not cool. That's not gracious. I don't do that. I haven't done that for years. Applaud other women, applaud yourself. You know how you can really learn how to compliment and love and admire other women when you're already full up yourself. When you've loved and admired and complimented yourself to the point where you feel secure. Enough said. Mary Lou says it should never be a competition. It shouldn't. But for years and years, that's what I saw. I don't want to see that anymore. All right. Uh, January 13th, I see my battery saver just went on, so my screen on my end got darker, so I better hustle. You will find exactly what you expect. When I question my own perspective, this anecdote, shared by one of my teachers, reminds me to be more mindful of my thoughts. A woman walked up to a gate of a guarded community and asked, "What kind of people are here in your community?" The man at the gate replied, "What kind of people are there where you're from?" "Well, they're mean, rude, nasty, and short-sighted," she said. "You will find the same people here," he told her. A few minutes later, another woman walked up to the man and asked, "What kind of people are here in this community?" The man at the gate replied, "What kind of people are there where you are from?" "They're kind, loving, authentic, and good," she said. "You will find the same people here," he told her. And so it is. We often find exactly what we believe we will. And our last reading for today, January 14th, it does get better. You will experience moments when you feel like the world is against you, when nothing seems to work, when it feels like everything that can go wrong has. There are some circumstances that can't be fixed or made better immediately. There will be times when your world does not feel okay. As best as possible, you must sit and honor this truth. In those moments, allow yourself to cry, shout, or be upset. Feel what you feel, but then surrender into what is. I can't say when or how, but time, surrender, and healing will allow you to find solace. It does get better. Know this. That's it. We're caught up. We ended on today. I don't know when this laptop's going to die. Like I said, the screensaver came on. So I'm going to end it with that. I hope you found something there amongst all of that for you. Thank you, Natalie. Thank you, Sharon. Thank you, Mary Lou. Thank you, Susan. Thank you, Michaela, for popping in. Thank you to whoever else has joined and just didn't speak up. Um, and and thank you for anybody watching this as a video replay later. I listen, all of you, I send you all of my love, all of my admiration, all of my encouragement, and all of my hope that today is an amazing day. And even if it hasn't been the day that you wanted it to be when it started, let it be reset now. Okay? And if I don't see you Thursday at live stream events for the Bridgerton Lady Danbury sausage rolls and cocktail, I will see you here next Tuesday. Okay? Thank you, thank you, thank you. And as you go on your way, my friends, remember, never let anyone dull your sparkle. Bye-bye, my friends. Bye-bye.